Are you an entry-level or experienced administrative professional? Do you feel stagnant in the role you play in your professional or even your personal life? Do you know that by activating a mindset shift, you will be able to experience an improvement in the way you view yourself, be able to take your career to the next level, or be recognized as a strategic partner? I am Nekeisha Nelson, a strategic administrative support professional, as well as the founder and CEO of the Admin Mindset. In today's session, I will be discussing the topic, the mindset of the modern-day administrative professional. At the end of this session, you will be able to define the term mindset shift, differentiate between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, and you'll be able to apply tips and strategies in developing a mindset shift to become a successful administrative professional. Let's begin. How do we define the term mindset shift? Before we define that term, we must first define the word mindset. A mindset is a deep assumed pattern of thinking that shapes our view of the world and what we do. So, in essence, a mindset shift can be defined as an alteration in a deep assumed pattern of thinking of how we view the world, what we do, and how we do things. Psychologist Dr. Carol Dweck of Stanford University describes two types of mindsets, a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that intelligence is fixed and static, whereas people with a growth mindset believe that intelligence and talents can be improved through effort and learning. Persons with a growth mindset see failings as temporary and changeable. Those with a growth mindset embrace lifelong learning, believe intelligence can be improved, put in effort to learn, believe effort leads to mastery, view feedback as a source of information, willing to embrace challenges, and view feedback as an opportunity to learn. According to Dr. Dweck's scientific findings, it can be proven that you can change your mindset. That's wonderful news. Over time, adapting to a growth mindset will see you be the best version of yourself. Why? Because you'll be tapping into your full potential. Here are 3 strategies you can use to change your mindset. Know yourself. Engage in positive self-talk, and be open to feedback. Knowing yourself is the first step in your mindset shift journey. Why? Because this strategy allows you to evaluate what it is you want and why you want it. For me personally, the COVID-19 pandemic allowed me the opportunity to just be still. And by being still, I was able to reevaluate my values as an administrative professional and a mother. Coming out of my evaluations, I was able to make one of the best decisions that I've made for myself and my career. I invite you to do the same. Evaluate what it is you want and why you want it. Perhaps you want to expand your role as an administrative professional, or your current role may be a stepping stone for something more that you want for yourself. No matter what, be sure that you know your why. Identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Perhaps you may be good at business writing or time management, but your weak area may be your project management skills. Whatever it is, be sure to know where you are at and what you need to do to be where you want to be. And thirdly, look within and really identify your talents and your gifts. When I did that, I discovered that I loved teaching. That's why I have my company training others in this field to be the best administrative professionals they can be. Try it. I guarantee that you will be amazed by what you discover. Positive self-talk is an inner monologue that makes us feel good about ourselves. This can take the form of affirmations, which are concrete, positive words spoken aloud, focusing on our positive traits for us to get ahead in life. Affirmations must be personalized to each individual, and the words spoken can differ from male to females. For example, a female administrative professional may use words like, "Today is a day of completion. I am experienced enough. I am enough." Whereas the male administrative professional may use words like, "I am a boss. I will conquer today. I am enough." It must be noted though that the words that we speak to ourselves must be backed with belief in the words and belief in ourselves. Be open to feedback. Welcome feedback in all its forms. If you just focus on the praise, you run the risk of being stuck in a fixed mindset. To develop a growth mindset, you must be open and receptive to improvement feedback. Hear what others have to say about what you can do better. Diversify who you approach. For example, your colleagues within or external to the organization. Be willing to learn from your mistakes and explore the suggestions you receive. We have discussed how to develop a mindset shift. Now, we can discuss how we can apply a mindset shift specific to our roles as administrative professionals. The first thing to look at is your personal perception of your role. How do you see your role within your organization? In March 2020, the American Society of Administrative Professionals published an article which stated that being able to see the big picture will motivate you to change your mindset. Always keep in mind what you are working towards. A sense of purpose, if you will, and you will find yourself motivated to push yourself to the limits in order to get there. Ask yourself, what role or contribution do you play in helping your company achieve its mission and goals? Reflect on your purpose and how you can best equip yourself for this role. Always ensure that you assess and reassess your goals in the long term. Identify how you can better align your efforts with this bigger picture. Consider this scenario. When I first started out as an assistant, I really didn't have a full understanding of the importance of the position. I was just a filing clerk in my father's construction business, and this was an opportunity I received as soon as I completed my basic academic studies. I was hired to assist the corporate secretary of the company. Being fresh out of school, I really didn't have the knowledge of how things worked in the corporate world. However, just going based on the training I received from my parents' upbringing, I was able to follow instructions, be kind to the employees I came into contact with, and be respectful to those who made up the company's board of directors. What I did not understand was the importance of filing and keeping important documents recorded in a way that when needed, they will be easily accessible. To me, filing was just tedious and boring, and actually put me to sleep when in a room that is quiet, lonely, and well air-conditioned. I didn't see my role there as important at all. That was until I realized that it was. During an important board meeting, a request came in from one of the board members to review a contract agreement for a project the company completed a few months earlier. This, by the way, was not something on the meeting's agenda. I was asked to retrieve the document and deal with it as a matter of urgency. Now, because my filing was not up to date and I never saw the importance of it, it took me 30 minutes to find the agreement, and by the time I returned to the boardroom to give it to the corporate secretary, the meeting was over. My father, however, was able to let the board member know that he would forward a copy to him via our courier for his review. My father was embarrassed, and I was devastated. It was that moment I realized the value of records management and the value that my role as a filing clerk played within the company. I never made that mistake again. I will reiterate the point that as administrative professionals, we must see our roles as important. This is part of the mindset shift process. It is critical as the perception we have of ourselves and our roles have a direct effect on our behavior and attitude towards our work. The second way we can apply a mindset shift to our roles as administrative professionals is through our tasks and responsibilities. In an article published by the International Association of Administrative Professionals in 2017, which was written by Ms. Sandy Giroux, who is also a presenter at this year's Executive Support Global Live, stated the importance of administrative professionals having the right mindsets in the workplace. This article took a deep dive into why it is critical for administrative professionals to adopt a mindset where they will be able to move from being indispensable to invaluable, in addition to highlighting the differences between the focus areas. These areas are as follows. Being indispensable focuses on tasks and duties, filling your hours every day, reactively doing what you are told, and doing the steps and considering a task done. Whereas, being invaluable focuses on outcomes and experiences, demonstrating your value at any given moment, proactively taking initiative without being told, and thinking ahead and staying connected throughout the task. This matrix stresses the fact that we're not hired just to perform tasks or push buttons, but to think about everything related to those tasks, the logistics, contingencies, experience, stress, convenience, cost, and ensure that every aspect of the task is as smooth and seamless as possible. Consider the case of an executive whose assistant booked her and her team for a trip to Denver, Colorado. While the executives were attending their meeting, a blizzard quickly moved in and began blanketing the city with snow. Meeting in a room with no windows, the team was unaware of the issue, but while monitoring the weather, this very astute assistant made an executive decision, quickly rebooked them on an earlier flight, contacted the executive and advised them to leave the meeting and head to the airport immediately, and got them home safely. As it turns out, they were the last flight to leave the city for 2 days. Their meeting mates, however, were all stranded at the Denver airport for 48 hours because their assistants had focused solely on the initial task of getting them there, but failed to proactively consider the what-if scenarios that could have created desired outcomes, which included getting everyone to the meeting on time and getting them home on time as safely and comfortably as possible. Excellent, proactive, and critical thinking skills saved the day. This incident happened over 10 years ago, and the executive still remembers that assistant with fondness and admiration because of it. Engaging in a mindset shift requires administrative professionals to develop proactive thinking. Some tips to foster proactive thinking are: ask tons of questions by creating what-if scenarios. Never assume that all will go as planned. Monitor the situation until the desired outcome is achieved. Never stop learning from mistakes and applying the learning to future tasks. Obviously, there's no way to remain on the cutting edge of any profession without also being willing and able to adapt, change, and monitor a task through completion. But taking ownership for proactively considering a task's desired outcomes and experiences goes a long way toward making you invaluable versus merely indispensable. Today's high-level assistants must demonstrate superior soft skills such as leadership, communication, and negotiation skills in order to build trust and rapport and create the networks necessary to survive and thrive in a global economy. This further emphasizes the need to activate a mindset shift. A third way we can apply a mindset shift to our roles as administrative professionals is through our outlook on failure and learning. Failure tends to have a negative connotation as some people associate it with being incapable or useless. When people fail, they think that their intelligence is being judged and their self-worth has been compromised. Yet, it should be seen as an opportunity to improve and grow. In one presentation, Dr. Dweck, who was mentioned earlier, talks about a school where students had to pass a fixed amount of courses in order to graduate. If they didn't pass the required amount of courses, they weren't graded a fail. Instead, the school termed it not yet. That simple change had such a powerful impact on the students' motivation as they viewed it as an opportunity to improve. Sure enough, all these students persevered until they graduated. Now imagine if we all saw our lives and challenges that way. Instead of thinking you failed, rather have the attitude that you are just not ready yet. A simple change of perspective can alter your motivation and the way you view challenges. How you view failure is an important step to develop a growth mindset. It keeps you motivated to do better, even when things don't go the way you were hoping. Developing a learning mindset bodes very well for your career. You'll be eager to take on new challenges and responsibilities because you will see them as opportunities for growth and success. This is the kind of mindset that a successful 21st century administrative professional needs in order to be truly future-proof and ready for the fourth industrial revolution. There are different paths to success, and you'll have to find the ways that work well for you. I've previously discussed that failing at something doesn't mean that you aren't capable of doing it. It just means that you either aren't quite ready or haven't found the right strategy yet that works for you. You've heard the saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Perseverance and preparing a solid strategy to tackle your objectives is the only way you will succeed. Continuously looking for more effective and simpler methods to perform your work will more than likely lead to better results and success professionally. In my case, I have had a personal fear of the financial aspect of business. Dealing with numbers, budgets, and financial reporting, those are all tasks I try to find a way to avoid within my administrative role. When I started on my mindset shift journey, however, I realized that I had to make a change. My fear only existed because I thought that if I made errors, it would not be forgiven by my executive and by extension, my company. In recognizing my weakness, I literally forced myself out of my comfort zone and intentionally made myself uncomfortable. The role I currently have as an administrative professional has me dealing with budgets and more of the financial aspects of business. I regularly sign up for webinars and look at YouTube videos to grasp relevant information as well as strengthen my knowledge base regarding finance. With the assistance of my executive and colleagues from my company's accounting department, my fear is slowly subsiding. I am still a work in progress, but I am determined to succeed. As a conclusion of today's session, remember, a mindset shift can be defined as an alteration in a deep assumed pattern of thinking of how we view the world, what we do, and how we do things. People with a fixed mindset are people who believe that their intelligence is static. people with a growth mindset believe that their intelligence and talents can be improved by effort and learning. Strategies to develop a mindset shift include knowing yourself, engaging in positive self-talk, and being open to feedback. Remember, you can train your mind and successfully shift from a fixed mindset into a growth mindset. Developing this mindset calls for continual learning and being ready to adapt to change. The outlined tips have proven effective in helping to develop the growth mindset. It will certainly take time, but with these strategies, you will see your mindset shift completely, and the benefits will spill over to both your professional and personal life. As a bonus for attending today's session, you will gain access to download your very own Mindset Shift workbook. This workbook highlights all that was discussed today and includes sections for you to record your progress as you start your Mindset Shift journey. Before I leave, I have just one more tip. It's a 5-minute breathing exercise that you can utilize as part of your morning routine. You can either do it before, during, or after your morning affirmations. And I will demonstrate. So you can either lie down or be in a sitting position, as I am right now, with your body relaxed. You want to close your eyes and make sure that your area is very quiet. Close your eyes, be comfortable, get relaxed, and clear your mind. We're going to breathe in through your nostrils for 5 seconds and breathe out through your mouth for 5 seconds. Let's do it. So, we're breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Thank you for your attendance. And I leave you and wish you all the best as you now have the mindset of the modern day administrative professional.